Hello, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I'm going to show you a really cute, easy variation of some previous projects that I've done, and it's a way of how you manipulate those pieces together. And I thought, since we are approaching the cold season, well, you can never have too many scarf ideas. Well, here's another one for you. So basically, what it amounts to is a granny triangle, very similar to how we've done it in previous tutorials with the parquet shawl and, some various other things. And you can connect them. So you can do the join as you go method, which I'm going to totally show you how to do. And you can make a really cool scarf, And I absolutely love the join as you go method, and I even more love the granny stitch. As you know, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know I love the granny stitch. It's one of my favorites. And so this yarn actually is the Red Heart Super Saver in 3 lovely shades of purple, extremely pale, sort of a medium, and a nice rich dark one. And so basically, going to show you how to make the triangles, how to join them together. It's super duper easy. Now I used a size I 5.5 millimeter hook, and of course you're going to need, scissors, yarn needle, etc. And I'm going to be using the same colors for this piece, this example. And you can make the triangles as big or as small as you want to. Keep in mind that when you're making your triangles, that the number of rows will dictate how wide your scarf is going to be. So you can make it, really skinny or really wide, really whatever you like. Think outside of the box. That's what I always say. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so I've got my weight of 4 worsted weight yarn, the Red Heart Super Saver. I've got my 5.5 millimeter hook. Let's get into this, shall we? So, of course, we need to start with our slip knot. No big shock there. And I'm going to start with a chaining up of 5, because at the very edge, we need a double crochet and a chain 1, and the first chain counts as our magic ring. At least for me it does. You can use whatever method works for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then going into that first chain, 3 double crochets, and chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, all going into that same ring chain space. So we've got our 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet. And yes, this is pretty open, but we can cinch that closed, no problem. Now for my example piece, what I did was actually, I'm going to stop right here for just a minute. What I did was in the corners, I chained 3 for my example piece. However, I wasn't quite thrilled with how open it was, with the joins. So for right now, I'm going to try doing a chaining of 2. Don't want to chain 1 because I think that's not quite enough, but I'm going to go with a chaining of 2, and we're going to see how that works together. Nothing wrong with variation. All right, so then for the second row, going to again chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Technically not again chaining up 4 because our initial chaining up was 5, but every row is going to start with a chaining up of 4 after here. And so into this first space right here, we need 3 double crochets, and for the triangles that I made on my practice piece, I made each triangle 9 rows total. So we've got our 3 doubles, chain 1, and into this chain 2 space, 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles, all into that space. Because I was thinking to myself, how can I manipulate the granny stitch even further? I was brainstorming, and this is what I came up with. And I always love how, it's almost like modeling clay, if you will, the granny stitch. You can manipulate it and change it and tweak it into so many ways, which I love, love, love. All right, so we've got our 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles, all into that space, chain 1, and then into this chain 1 space over here, 3 doubles, chain 1, and 1 double. So that's 3 doubles. Oh, hello. Chain 1, and 1 more double. Like so. And, yes, I know this is really open. You can always cinch that and then sew in your end through these loops. It's really, really, really easy. Okay? And so this is pretty much how you just keep going on and on and on until your triangle is big enough. So I'm going to do it again for you. Chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn the work, and into that first space, 3 doubles, there we go, chain 1, 3 doubles into the next space, and for those of you that have seen the parquet shawl or other projects on how to do something very similar to this, I'm sorry, but I'm sure that there are some of you that haven't seen that before, so welcome to the channel. It never hurts to have a refresher. Never hurts. So yes, I did my 3 doubles, chain 1, and I'm about to do into this chain 2 space, 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Alrighty. And then chain 1 again, and then 3 doubles into the next chain 1 space. Like so, chain 1, and then into the last space, 3 doubles, chain 1, 1 double. That's 2 and 3, chain 1, and 1 double. All right. So as I've said, you can really make these as big or as small as you want to, but I'm going to get into the fun stuff, and I'm going to show you how, after you've created, see, this is going to make a very narrow scarf, because from here to here is the width that you're going to end up with. So you can make them as big as you want to. I mean, I only did thus far only 3 rows, and that's why I went all the way up to 9. But, as soon as, your square, sorry, not a square, triangle, yes, 3 sides, as soon as your triangle is big enough, you then would cut your yarn, pull out the loop, and then start in on your next one. And then when you're on the last row of the current triangle that you're working on, that's when you do the join as you go method, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. All right, so through the magic of filming, I added 2 more rows to my triangle for a total of 5 rows. And I already, through the magic of filming, I already started my second triangle, which has 4 rows at the moment. And on the 5th row, well, that's going to be the joining row. And so we're going to get right into that. And what I like to do is when I'm joining my first triangle, my second triangle to my first triangle, excuse me, I like to work on the opposite end. Obviously, you would cut this, pull the yarn out, but I'm going to lay that nice and flat like that. Yes, yes. and we're going to start in on our final row for the next triangle. Now, keep in mind, okay, so what I can do is one of two things. I can either approach it like this, where I'm going to be joining this side to this side, yes, or if I were of a mind to, what I could do is could flip that over and then do half of my triangle and then still join that side to that side. Either way, it totally works, but I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to finish, well, not finish, but I'm going to do the first half of the last row for this triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work just as I have been. Now the reason why I'm stressing the starting and stopping points is because if you want your seams all to be on the same side, you have to approach it from different ways. It'll make more sense because I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to do another one to show you exactly what I mean. So I did my chaining up of 4, 3 doubles into the space, chain 1, 3 doubles into the next space, because if you go about it the same way each time, if you do half of your row and then join every time, well, it's going to have a seam on one side and then not on the other side, and it's going to be all flippy-floppy. And that was a problem that I had when I first was experimenting with this technique. And I wanted to save you the grief, so that's why I'm going to show you how to join 2, because you have to approach it in different ways. So I'm almost here. I need to just do my 3 doubles, like so. Then chain 1, okay. And so now I need to join this triangle to this triangle, okay? Really, 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 really simple. All you need to do is, you know what, I'm going to lay this down for you so you can see it better, so you can really get the picture. There we go. So basically right now I'm going to be joining this side along here to this pre-existing side, okay? All right, so how we do that is after chaining 1, going to then do a slip stitch into this space right here, okay? Just going to go right in and slip stitch, okay? Then going back into this space with 3 doubles, okay, then into the next space on the light, slip stitch. I know it seems a little bit weird and wonky, but we can do this. So after doing my 3 doubles, going into the next space of the light one, slip stitch, then going back into my darker space with 3 doubles, then back to the light one with a slip stitch, back to the darker one with 3 doubles, all right, back to the light one with a slip stitch, back to the dark with 3 doubles. Now also, this is a great stash buster. You know, you can use as many colors as you want to. You know, granted, you will have more ends to sew in, but hey, you know, this would be a great, great stash buster. And then you go back into the light one with a slip stitch, and then into this last space right here, 3 doubles, and then into the corner here, slip stitch, and then into that same space, 1 double crochet. Whoop, uh-oh. I gotcha, haha. Gotta do my double. And voila. All right. So my 2 pieces are now nice and connected, like so. Yes. Very, very pretty. So this side, yes, it's sort of, you know, it pokes up a little bit, but no sewing whatsoever. It's a beautiful thing. And then on the other side has sort of a valley, whereas the other side, it's more of a hill, you know, if you will. Now, what I was saying before is ultimately you would want all of your hills to be on the same side or all of your valleys to be on the same side. And that is why it's important to keep in mind what you're doing when you're doing the joining. So I'm going to show you how to join your next triangle because we need to start our 5th row with the join and then finish, you know, not with the joining. It'll make more sense as I show you, trust me. So this one, it was starting off regular and then finishing off with the join. The other one, it's going to be the exact opposite. That way, we can keep our ridges all on the same side. So I'm going to show you that right now. Alrighty, so we have our pre-existing piece, and now for the 5th row for this new piece, we're going to be starting as we're doing the connection to our pre-existing piece, and we're going to join it as we go, and then finish off of its own accord, okay? So how we're going to go about doing this is like so. Going to start by chaining up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the chain 1, that would have been the, you know, chaining 4, so it's going to be a chaining of 3. The 4th chain is going to be a slip stitch into the pre-existing piece. So we got our single double crochet right here. Then we need our slip stitch into the lighter, like so. Then going back to the darker with 3 doubles. All right. And then slip stitch into the lighter once again. And then 3 doubles into the darker. Then slip stitch into the lighter. And then 3 doubles into the darker. And just gotta pull out some more yarn here. There we go. So I did my 3 doubles into the darker, then slip stitch into the lighter, then 3 doubles into the darker. Come on. And I really love this technique because I'm not a huge fan of sewing bits and bobs together. So got my 3 doubles, so slip stitch into the lighter. And then we've reached the corner, so it'll be 3 doubles into the darker. Just pulling out a bit more yarn here. Sorry. So I got my 2, and then I need 1 more for my total of 3, like so. And then, see, we've reached the end of the light purple, so we need to slip stitch into there. Then chain 1, because it's a chain 2 space, the slip stitch counts as 1, chain 1 counts as the second one. Then into this corner space right here, we need 3 more doubles. And then we continue on with the rest of this triangle in the exact same way, where it's, chain 1, 3 doubles, chain 1, 3 doubles, etc., etc. And then at the very end, we have 3 doubles, chain 1, 1 double. And it is as easy as that, which I absolutely love. I love simplicity. I really do. Life is complex and complicated and stressful enough without adding to it, right? Excuse me. And right now I'm in the midst of trying to get rid of some complications by actually getting rid of some of my, shall we say, hoard of yarn. And I've been actually returning yarn to the store, much to their chagrin. And I'm making space because soon, hopefully next month, by the way, I've reached the end of this side here, so I need to do, in this last little space, a series of 3 double crochets, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Now, hopefully next month I'll be getting my spinning wheel for making my own yarn. I've been working with the drop spindle quite a bit lately, having some fun with that. So I got my 3 doubles, chain 1, 1 double. But I need space in order to really use a spinning wheel, so I've been very, very regrettably in a position where I'm returning yarn, and I'm inside, I'm crying about it, but I'm also thinking, you know what? I'm getting my money back, I'm getting some space, and right now for me, space is priceless. All right. So we now have our 3 triangles all connected, and actually I kind of like the chain 2 for the corners a little bit better than the chaining of 3. I think it's a little bit neater. And there you have it, folks. I really do hope that you like this technique. I thought it was a lot of fun. And so now you can see that the ridges are on the same side and the valleys are on the same side. Personally, I think it looks a lot neater this way. Granted, you still have 2 ends at the very least per triangle to sew in, but you know what? It goes by pretty quick, So this was a lot of fun, and I hope that you liked it too. And if so, please give me a little thumbs up button down below, because as always, I do appreciate your appreciation, and makes the world go round. Spread the joy. And this is such a quick project. I managed to get one of these done in just a few days. And, like I said, great for stash busting. You can have a lot of fun using different patterns and things. And something else I did think about. Now, if on the last round or, the last row or 2 rows of each triangle, if you made on every triangle, say the last 2 rows black on this one, and then black on this one, and then black on this one, you would end up with a zigzag going throughout your entire piece. That could be pretty cool. I haven't tried it myself, of course, but that is something to consider. If you want some sort of continuity going throughout the entire piece, this is very patchworky, which is great if that's your style. If not, you could have something where it's totally coordinated, where, say, the first, couple of rows are, say, yellow, and then the last couple of rows are black. That could look pretty striking, like a lightning bolt, if you will, in reverse. Just throwing out ideas, because I always say that knowledge is power, but sharing is caring, and I care about you guys. You guys are a delight to work with, and I always love hearing from you. So, listen, until next time, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. And, hit subscribe because I try to post videos as often as I can, whether it's knitting, crocheting, or audiobook narration. And of course, also, there is my gaming channel, Fiber Spider Games. I'll put a link in the description box down below. It's a lot of fun. Would love to see you there too. And I hope that making one of these will make your fall just a little bit better. That's what it's all about. So you guys have a great, great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.